welcome to First Academy. Welcome to the part 2 of KPSC KAS syllabus. Okay, so in the first part, students have explained about KPSC KAS prelim syllabus. Okay, what did I explain? I explained what are the paper 1 and paper 2 in the prelim syllabus. After that, in depth syllabus also I have explained. Okay, what are the topics that they ask. So now let's start with part 2 of this video, which is what are the in-depth topics which are asked in this mains exam. Okay, so to begin with, let's see. Mains exam actually is the second stage. Okay, and it consists of 7 descriptive papers. What are the 7 descriptive papers? So see here, 7 descriptive papers in which 2 are qualifying language papers, Kannada or English. Now, before going ahead, let me tell you what is the qualifying papers. Qualifying means you should get certain number of marks in this paper. Then only you will be considered as qualified to go ahead in the interview round and other stages of the exam. Okay, why this is important? Because Kannada as well as English, okay, these are the two main important languages that you require compulsorily to work in the Karnataka state into the government office. Okay, that's why we must not take it lightly. We must prepare even for these papers. Okay, now apart from 2 language papers, we'll be having essay paper. Essay means one topic will be given, you have to write essay on that. Okay, then apart from that, you have got 4 GS papers, general studies paper, with a total of 1250 marks, that is 1250 marks total. Okay, so qualifying papers, Kannada and English. So first let's discuss about the Kannada and English paper. So see, Kannada language, it is for 150 marks. Duration is of 2 hours and 35% qualifying criteria. That means any person who is taking this exam, he has to get 35%, that is 35% of qualifying marks to clear this paper successfully. Okay, then what will be the syllabus for this paper in Kannada? Kannada, they'll be giving you comprehension, précis writing, usage of Kannada language, vocabulary. They'll be giving you short essay to check your how you're going to write your language, how is your sentence formation and other things, grammar, communication skills. So as you can see here, 25 marks, 25 marks, 25, 25, 25, totaling it to 150 marks. Okay, so whenever you are preparing for Kannada language, make sure you score well in all these areas to easily clear the qualifying criteria. Okay, next paper is something called as English language. Again 150 marks, 2 hour duration, 35% same. So here also they will be giving you English comprehension, précis, usage, vocab. So all these things will be checked. So what they're trying to ensure is the person who is actually sitting for this exam needs to have knowledge of these languages. Okay. Okay, now see here, both these languages, their aim is to test ki you know the Kannada language and English language to read, understand and express in the given language. Okay, so it's very important. Now, next, merit ranking papers. Now, like I said, apart from language paper, like qualifying papers, we have got essay and general studies 1, general studies 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so first let's see what is the syllabus for each paper. So as you can see here, this is paper 1, which is your essay paper, and here you have to write essay regarding national and international issues, state or local issues, 250 marks. For example, let me give you a topic. Write about the agricultural problems or socio-economic development in the agriculture sector in India or in Karnataka. Okay, or else a question can come, what are the solutions to the air pollution problems in India, why we have still not resolved that issue, so on and so forth. Any topic can be given. Okay, you have to be prepared to write the essay for 250 marks. This is, trust me, very scoring part. Okay, because one topic will be given, you just have to write an essay. Okay, so let's see the next part, which is nothing but paper 2. In paper 2 you have got general studies 1. Okay, so see here, cultural heritage of India, that means art and culture of India. Decentralization of power, that means distribution of power. Power means what? Political power we are talking. Okay, like we all know, power has been given to panchayats now, like after 1990s. Before that, power was not there with them. So that kind of a power, political power. Modern history of India, beginning of 19th century onwards. So that is after the 1885 formation of an INC. Okay, till we got independence, 1947. Then we have got socio-economic system. Then we have got this one, you see, Kadambas, Hoysalas. So all this is what? History of Karnataka as well as India. Rural system, rural development, Vijayanagar Empire, very important. This is nothing but ancient India, medieval India, modern India. Okay, Indian economy. So see here, from here they've asked Indian economy. Okay, modern Mysore, formation of Karnataka, India and international economic relations. That means what is the economy power of India as well as Karnataka? What have been the issues in the development times? Karnataka freedom movement, unification. This is very important, very important. You see, in maximum exams, these questions do come. Okay, then what has been the development pattern of both India as well as Karnataka post independence? Okay, so see here, post independence Karnataka, that means after 1947 or 1950, once we got our constitution, what were the challenges and how did we got the growth in the Karnataka post independence Karnataka? Okay, next one is planning and planning goals. That means after we got independence, how did the government plan for the development of Karnataka state, and how did this help in the overall development of India? Okay, then we have got another topic, social change and movements. So these are done by the backward classes. Okay, other backward classes or SC/STs, whatever they fought for the social empowerment. So all those moments have to be covered, and they are repeatedly being asked in the both UPSC as well as KPSC exam. Very important. Decentralization again, distribution of power, how did it change and what results have been occurred? Social change and modernization, rural development, political system, government. Political system means what? What is the structure of a current government? Okay, rural development initiatives, like Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. Here we have to focus more on the Karnataka context. What initiatives we have taken to improve our rural areas in terms of sanitation, in terms of water, in terms of agriculture, in terms of education, and other things. Okay, then we have got something called as data collection, analysis, and interpretation. Um, this is again DI topic. Okay, you will be given data and you have to tell what is happening. Okay, it's easy. Now, there's something called as GS paper 2. This is very interesting part, lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere. This is nothing but your basics of your geography. Okay, how Earth is formed, morphology of Earth, exterior, interiors of rocks. All those things come under this. Okay, distribution of power, legislative. This is nothing but your Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, how it is formed and what is its structure and all those things. Delegation of power with respect to both lower house and Rajya Sabha. Okay, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Continental physiography and demographic distribution. These are nothing but the theories in geography, very important but very easy to understand. Once you understand, now this is very scoring part. Okay, so see, unicameral and bicameral legislature related to your again polity part, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. Indian physiography, this is nothing but how India is formed. Okay, like you know, Deccan Plateau, Himalayas formation. So here in the Indian physiography, we will be studying everything about our India. Okay, country India. So important amendments. What are amendments? Amendments are nothing but changes that have happened with respect to constitution. Okay, and we have to focus here more on Karnataka. Any particular changes that they have made to the rules, laws, regulations with respect to Karnataka, very important. This will surely come for exam. Then there is something called as industrial planning, development, welfare machinery in India. So see what happens. What happened was after 1950, 1947, once we got our independence, once we got our constitution in hand, our country had a lot of challenges, like how we will be building our country, what industries we are going to work on, what are the raw materials that are available. So how did India figure out industrial planning and development welfare machinery in India? How, what was the role of Karnataka? How did we figure out the industries of Karnataka? So industry focused questions will be coming. We have to be very much aware about this. Okay, very important. Next one, physiographic divisions of Karnataka. Now what is this? What are the different physiographic divisions of Karnataka? North Karnataka, South Karnataka. In that also you have Dharwad Plateau, so on and so forth. Different kinds of rocks we have, granitic base is there. So we will be studying that in this physiographic divisions. Okay, once that has been done, there's something called as union and state services, urban land use policy, urbanization. That means as we all know, there was something called a zamindari system, right? So how did we move from zamindari system towards the modern urbanization? What changes have happened in the land use policy of Karnataka? So this is something that we will be covering in this part. Okay, then nature of Indian constitution. Now what is this? Nature of Indian constitution means uh, you all might be knowing preamble, secularism, okay, so on so forth, the values that are ingrained in our constitution, like secularism is there, socialism is there. Okay, so what kind of a nature is there, how does it supports all religion and other things, we will be covering in this part. Organization structure, fundamental rights, organizational behavior, concepts of management. Now see, this is very important, and trust me, lot of questions are coming not only in UPSC exam but also KPSC exams from this part. Now what does this say? We have to learn about the basics of our Indian constitution, that is our preamble, fundamental rights, directive principles of state policy, DPSP. So fundamental rights are very important, so all kinds of rights that we have got, we need to be aware of. Okay, different articles, schedules of constitution. Then we have got something called as informal and formal organization, administrative reforms, ARCs, which we call management techniques and tools. So what is this? This is nothing but, see, to regulate now, we have formed lot of formal and informal organizations. Okay, so what are those and how does that work in our polity? No, we'll be covering that. Okay, UN specialized agencies. Now, what is this? UN is nothing but UNESCO and other organizations which are formed under the United Nations. So that is important. We need to cover. Okay. So basics and current affair both becomes very important. Clear? So I know it's a lot of syllabus, but trust me, once you understand the concepts, no need to remember also, like you will automatically remember, because we teach here in form of a story, and story can never be forgotten. Okay, what are the important things, how it was formed, we cover all these things in our classes. Now paper 4, which is nothing but your general studies part 3, that is paper 3. Now what is given in the syllabus? Basics of science and technology. Physics, chemistry, and biology basics will be covering. Biotechnology, which is a new thing that is happening. Space and technology and sciences, biotechnology, nanotechnology, robotics, artificial intelligence, machine learning, all this will be covered here. Then there is something called as animal husbandry, dairy, fishery, and veterinary sciences. This is with respect to what are the new developments that have happened. Okay, in animal husbandry. Um, Developmental policies, agricultural programs, trade and disaster, pollution, pest and hygiene and health. Any new thing that has come into the current affairs relating to these topics is very important. But yes, we'll be covering the basics also. Related perception, environment conservation, knowledge society, natural resources. This is nothing but having an idea about the natural resources of Karnataka. Okay, what are the flora, what is the fauna, what is the medicinal plant, overall the idea of an biodiversity. Okay, okay, so see the next part, rural upliftment and science and technology. That means how a science and technology can be used to develop the rural areas of Karnataka as well as India. Okay, biodiversity ecosystem. This area is a very hot area right now because lot of questions are being asked from here. Okay. Okay. Next part is solid waste management and environmental pollution and agricultural sciences. You pick up any competitive exam paper right now, UPSC, KPSC, or any other, they are asking a lot of questions, especially from this part, which is solid waste management, environmental pollution, because this has actually killed our natural resources. Okay, water resources. It is also polluting our air, so on and so forth. So government is very much concerned right now. That's the reason why they are asking you a lot of questions. Okay. Next part is role of information, IT in environment, human health, sericulture, horticulture. So these are the complementary branches of agriculture. So this can actually help us eliminate poverty or reduce poverty to such an extent. That's why we are also working on the other sectors of economy with respect to agriculture. Okay, that's why sericulture, horticulture, you see, this can actually help the rural people increase their income. That's why we are constantly trying to improve and provide free services schemes under this areas of economy. Okay, so anything related to this sector becomes very much important. Next one is state community civil society interface. So this is how civil society and state can combine together to solve a lot of problems like education. Okay, because poor people are not able to afford education, so how can we do that? Okay, opening of an NGOs, etc. are examples. Okay, next part is paper 4, which is also general studies of 4. Here, this is the paper of your ethics. If you are also preparing for UPSC exam, there will also will be having a paper for usually ethics. Here also we have got paper 4, which is ethics. Okay, ethics, determinant, essence and consequences, ethics in public administration. So what is ethics? Ethics is nothing but they are actually checking, are you, your values, actually values, are you going to be an honest officer or no. They are trying to check your personality with respect to values, honesty, integrity. Okay, these are different values, sincerity, punctuality, so all these things, dedication with respect to services. Okay, so accountability very important, ethical governance, RTA, concept of public service. That means once you are appointed into the service, how are you going to work as an officer? Are you going to empathize with people of this country or no? Okay, are you going to really listen and solve their problems or no? Okay, are you going to be a good officer or a bad officer, one who takes bribe, one who is corrupt? So all those things will be checked here. Human values, impartiality, integrity, non-partisanship. What is this partisanship? It's not, it's actually being non-partial. That means some officers, they lean towards, they become partial towards certain section of society, which is not at all desirable here. You got to be non-partial. That means you have to be equal as an officer to all sections of society, to the all religions of this country. Okay, emotional intelligence, contribution of social thinkers. So here you have got certain thinkers which you'll be studying in this paper. Okay, like Aristotle, Socrates and so on and so forth, different thinkers. So what do you understand from those thinkers? Okay, that also becomes very important. Clear? So we are done with paper 4 also. Last one, last step is nothing but your interview. Okay, candidates who qualify both preliminary as well as the mains appear for the interview session. Okay, so once you have cleared your prelims as well as mains paper, you will be called for the interview. Now see here, when you're going for an interview, they are checking your personality. Okay, because your knowledge has already been checked in the prelims paper as well as mains paper. Okay, and even your languages have been checked. So what they're checking, they're checking personality. Now why personality is important? Because once they make you an officer, are you able to handle pressure? Are you able to become calm in the tense situation? How are you going to be as an officer? What's going to be your tone? How do you think? Okay, how do you empathize with the people of this country? So all these things are going to be checked via process called as an interview, which is very very important. Okay, so see, this looks hectic, but it is not. Once you start preparation, okay, you will really start enjoying. You will start remembering the concept. Okay, we in Win First Academy we teach all the subjects like a story, like how things started. We don't just teach you facts, we teach you context of the things that have happened in this country. Okay, because of the context you'll be able to remember all the things in the sequence, so you'll not even feel pressure of preparing for this exam. Okay, so apart from that, um, let me tell you what are the things that we are offering. Okay, so that you get a fair idea about what you will be getting. Okay, so just give me a minute. Okay, so see here, now I'll be telling you, once you visit our academy, what we are offering in the comprehensive package. We first start with the syllabus. Okay, syllabus of this paper. Once we have done that, we actually make you go through with a 5 year or 10 year question paper trend. Question paper trend. Okay, question paper trend for this exam. Okay, KPSC KAS. Now, why question paper is important is very important because you should know what are the kinds of a paper, that what are the questions that they have asked. Okay, once you know this, we start with the NCRT. All the major NCRTs required to clear this exam. Okay, after this we will be teaching you through the standard books, which are which you cannot skip. So we'll be covering those important books. Once that has happened, we'll be covering 3 years of current affairs. Okay, why 3 years? Because questions have been asked from old current affairs also, so 3 years is which is required. We'll be covering that. So once we have done that, we'll be giving you to solve 60 to 100 test series for both pre mains. Okay, and interview preparation will also go on side and side. Okay, so once this has happened, once you take this much test, you become confident, so you will be doing the revision also. If you have any doubt, so when you do all this long process now, you come to know what are your good areas, how much you're scoring in the test series, practice test series, and how many marks you're getting, and which are your weak areas. No, we go and cover it once again. If you face any doubts or problem, again you can revise, and again you can give papers test series, so you will see the clear marks that will go on increasing. That's how you become confident for this exam, and then you can go on appear for this exam. Okay, so that was in-depth explanation about this. So if you have any doubt, you can reach out to me or do the comment, and I'll be linking our academy's number, which is First Academy. You can connect and contact us over there if you want to join coaching. Okay, we also provide practice test series papers. If you want, you can visit our institute once to get more information. Okay, all the best for your preparation. And one more point I would like to say, if you're preparing for this KPC KS exam, no, you can go for lot of government exams which are available. Group A, Group B, Group C. Okay, SDFDA, PDO, Village Administrative Officer, RTO. There are so many exams that are conducted by Karnataka government. So if you prepare for this one exam, no, all your other exams becomes very easy. Why? Because we are already covering the Karnataka's history, geography, polity, economy, etc., science and technology, which are actually direct questions for other exam. And if you prepare for this exam, those exams will become very easy for you. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video till end. All the best for your exams, and if you have any queries, reach out to us. Thank you, have a good day.